Here we go, everyone. Think we're live. Let's see here. There'll be a slight delay, probably Patty on your phone. But let us know if you're hearing us and seeing us okay. And are we live? I think we are. It says we are. All right, I think we are live. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our brand new Midweek Update. I was waiting on Patty. So.
Sorry, I was reading.
So, Carrie from the Roads We Roam said, I'm really putting all of you to the test since I'm doing a midweek update on a Saturday night. So, which makes absolutely kind of question, and then type out your question. It'll just make it easier for Patty to actually find the questions in the feed. So, anyway, a few things. I'm trying to think what we actually have done since the last time we did any kind of midweek update, which I think we now have went 3 weeks without doing a Thursday video,
right?
Which has been, and I won't lie, it's been a little odd, but it's been a little nice because Indy ended their in Indiana, originally the campgrounds weren't supposed to open until Friday, so they were open. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to think of it, we ended up getting a reservation in Lake State Park, not too far from home. We're about an hour from home. Very nice state park, and so far this weekend the weather has been nice. Her teardrop camper polo shirt, you can actually own one of these. These are really nice shirts from MartinMcKinstryDesigns.com. We've been sharing that on Facebook and Instagram. And we'll make sure after this is over I get it put down in the description for this live stream so you can get a direct link. But here's the deal. Marty, who is a teardrop owner, he currently has an Intex Soul limited edition. He doesn't do a ton of them, and they're just awesome designs and really high quality. But this teardrop shirt is on sale, and if you use the promo code Delaney, all caps, at checkout, he's going to take another 20% off the sales price, which is just ridiculous for how nice this shirt is. It's like I can't believe how cheap you can actually get this shirt using the Delaney code, and that number right.
Our connection might be a little bad, huh? It's saying we got choppy, fuzzy, connection is sporadic, takes us back to the old days of dial-up.
Yikes.
So some kind of messages there from different folks.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can do this. If not, we may have to reschedule this for next week. We thought we were going to have a good signal here, and it's been a little iffy.
Yeah. I guess just let us know if it's so bad that
if it's so bad, because obviously on our end what we're seeing is clear.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of people in the room, honey.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. I hope this is not going to be a flop tonight due to this signal.
We got a lot of people here today.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and the big update is we did some renovating in the trailer.
Yeah.
Now, the people over on Patreon know about this already because I had posted pictures and things, but we ended up doing some peel in place wallpaper in here. We did it on the circular cabinet when you walk in, and then we did it in the bedroom area. If anybody's looking to just put a little zazz or a little pop of color in your RV, this peel in place wallpaper was really easy to use. We spent $45 for one roll, which did everything we wanted to do in here. I actually have leftover, and we bought ours at Lowe's. It's from Scott Designs, which is the Scott brothers from Home and Garden TV. So
says your fuzzy, keep going, you're getting clearer.
okay.
I don't know if someone's joking, but they said Truman comes in clear, but Patrick is fuzzy.
Yeah, well. So yeah, so I would highly recommend, and this, I don't know if all peel and place wallpapers, I think it's like anything, different brands are going to be different, but this stuff, like I said, it was $45 a roll, but I think it's well worth it because it is really nice, and it cut well, and it went up easy, and then my understanding is you're supposed to be able to remove it in the future without doing damage to your walls, so that way when Mark and Karen take our Tab 400, when we're done with it, well, when I say take, Mark, I don't mean like as it's a gift, but if you want to buy it, you could remove it and it would be right back down.
There you go.
Oh, and then the other thing we did is you might have noticed our table is a little different in here. I took an old coffee table that we had, I tore it down, saved the top, and then cut it down and just made a new tabletop. And the main reason I did that wasn't because we didn't like the old table, but it stuck out when it was in couch mode, and it was hard to sit down. It was supposed to be designed as a little coffee table for you, but it was just in the way of your legs. So I cut this to be right with the cushion, and it's working great. So
someone's asking about our pillow here. I think this came from
Kohl's,
wasn't
yeah.
it? We see someone else, I forget where, it's the puppy love paw print pillows. So yeah, we've had that.
So how's the connection now? Maybe somebody, and I know there's going to be about a 30-second. Okay.
That's the best of us, the Floros.
Okay, good.
A bit fuzzy, but still a little bit better.
But you can hear us, okay.
Yeah.
And again, let me, in case you didn't hear earlier, Patty's wearing the Teardrop Camper shirt from Martin McKinstry Designs. You can go to martinmckinstrydesigns.com. If these shirts are on sale for $24.95, I think it is. He'll take another 20% off if you use the promo code Delaney at checkout. And it's only good, the promo code's only good on the Teardrop Camper. That's a kind of a special because we're in a Teardrop Camper. But he also sells a lot of other cool shirts, and he's also currently doing masks. So if you're looking for masks to wear, when you go out in public, like Patty and I, we wear our mask when we go out in public. We feel like that's the least we can do to protect other people. And we actually have them in the Teardrop Camper design. Yep. So we get a lot of looks when we go in, not because we're wearing the mask, but because of the design is so cool.
I always feel like I'm a bandit.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to mention that again. We can't thank Marty enough for sending us a shirt for Patty to proudly wear. Yeah. And then we just wanted to share that discount code. And the nice thing is you're supporting small business. Marty's got his business. And like I said, he's a fellow RVer in a Intech Soul Eclipse.
Yep.
Which I love the Intech Souls, obviously. And so anyway, all right, and I think that's the big updates: the table, the wallpaper, merch.
Yep.
We're learning all kinds of things. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what is there for you guys to learn as much as you've been in this trailer?
Well, it's always a relearn when you get back in here because we've been out of it so long. We have to remember how this works in this small space, how you shower and how you just move around and how we get along.
Yeah, and things that we took out before winter. Now like this morning I was like, hey, there's new this year. Using
some of them here, and then there's a question.
All right.
So we have Stop Feed Explorer. Hello.
Hey, Dave.
Mark Milinarski are here.
Yes, thank you, Russ and Kim, moderators. So
Joyce Moses says hi from South Carolina.
Hey, Jason.
Kathy Mayer says howdy. Phil Zebmeat says hey guys.
I haven't seen Zebmeat in a while.
Linda Barker.
Hi, Linda.
Shelly Johnson.
Shelly and Jeff.
Truman's down here.
Truman's right here, Shelly.
He got a spa treatment. They both did.
Yeah, they both. That's another update that you don't know about. Both of them went on Thursday for groomings, and then Patty went on Friday.
I went on Friday for grooming.
So
Bessie's back here asleep. I'll let her be.
Again, continue as we go through to update us on the quality of the video and the audio, because I see we dropped about 20 people in the last 2 minutes, so I don't know if it's gotten really bad again.
Sam's here. Your niece Sam.
Sam Harpenow?
Yeah, and your dad's
hey, Sam.
here.
Oh, hey, Dad. Marilyn.
I hope I don't mispronounce, but
I
Trent Dutman.
Hey, Trent. Yeah, I haven't talked to Dad. Normally, Dad and I talk about every day, but with us coming over here, I forgot to call him, and I'm sure he's busy with Memorial Day weekend. So,
Missouri Travelers.
Hey, Missouri Travelers.
Deborah Sleeth.
I seen you just posted a video, I think, on YouTube. I haven't had a chance to watch it with us being over here camping, but saw it pop up. Hey, Deb.
Says you're choppy and fuzzy, and that was a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Barb, Ohio. The Best of Us, the Floros. Robert Stitch. Bob Smith says, "What's up?
What's up?" tell Bentley we said hi, Bob.
Randy's here from Randy's Adventures.
Randy. Yeah, Randy just had a video. Now, here's the problem. I just watched 3 of Randy's videos. And she was so kind and did a shout out for us. But I watched her most recent one. Was it the one on cleaning?
I think so. How she cleans her trailer when she's done.
Yeah. So make sure you check out Randy's channel. And then you mentioned the Floros. That was another thing.
That was fun.
It was so new, a Zoom meeting with them and their friends who just bought they've ordered a fifth wheel to go full time. They're retired, and then Life Uninterrupted. Which is, if you haven't checked them out, they're a pretty good sized YouTube channel. And we did kind of like a panel discussion of how to RV and go full time. Obviously, we couldn't answer how to go full time, but hopefully we gave some. And if you want to see that interview or that panel discussion,
Adam from Florida's here.
Hey, Adam.
Vinny Mozzarella says, hey.
Hey, Vinny.
Teresa Tilkart.
Oh, that's Wanda. I know Wanda.
Deborah Cadabra.
Hey, Deborah Cadabra. And again, I apologize tonight for this video. I didn't, when the video is worse any place other than our house, it's bad. And we've done quite a few live streams at home and haven't had an issue. So I don't know what's going on.
Over the Hill RV says hello, everyone. I don't know if I mentioned Phil Hampton.
Yep, Phil and Judy.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Make sure I didn't miss
So we
anybody.
talked about.
And there's a question.
Okay, question. Let's go ahead and start questions. Just start dropping your questions. I'll try to answer them. Or we'll try to answer them, and hopefully this audio and video will hold up. Hang up. Mark Milinarski, you didn't need to do that. Thank you for that super chat.
Okay, we're getting a screen of Frozen. Somebody saying it's Frozen.
Oh, no.
Frozen. Russ and Carrie Frozen. Some are still saying hello, like Endless RVing says hey there.
Okay.
The Air Force guy.
Paul, the Air Force guy.
T.G. McFly. Okay, I lost a question. It works on my phone, but not on Rod's Chromebook. So
what stinks is when there's that 30-second delay, so when you say we're frozen, we don't know if it's currently frozen or...
Sam says the video's choppy, but audio is fine.
Okay, well, I guess if you can hear
Mark. He's got a West Yellowstone fun, Yingling fun.
All right, Mark, I'm bringing the Yingling to West Yellowstone. Thank you again for that super chat. We really appreciate it.
Shelly and Randy say hi. They're sitting outside.
They're sitting out. So we're camping here with our friends Randy and Shelly.
Yeah.
Actually, I was best man at their wedding, and then Randy was best man at our wedding. And this was not a planned camping trip. It just worked out that they were able to get a site last minute. We were able to get a site last minute. And so they're over in, I guess, what is known as the North Campground. We're in the South Campground, but it's a short walk. And it's been really nice getting to hang out and catch up a little. But they're actually right outside on the picnic table. So
yeah. Okay. So sounds like that was a few minutes ago because, I'm on a delay here.
Yep.
And we're unfrozen now.
Okay. It could just be because we're running off of AT&T LTE service. So my guess is it's surging in and out. So it may come and go.
Okay.
You had a question.
I know, but I think I've lost it
You
in the
lost
feed,
the question.
So
okay.
I'm looking back in the feed here.
Whoever asked that question, type in the word question, ask it again. Patty lost it in the feed.
But I guess we could talk about Yellowstone for a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yellowstone. Burp. Oh, I can't do that. That's Matt's thing. Running around, I seen Endless RVing just super chatted us. Thank you guys. That was very nice. I started to go burp, 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 because I'm always running around anymore doing Matt's
Yes.
We'll go into a
Always.
store and I'll be like, Patty, you know how much this is? So you've
Here
been doing traveling Roberts for
Yeah.
months.
Okay, so Linda's asking, planning a trip. They are planning a trip to Indiana Dunes National Lake Seashore. Any advice? Didn't we camp?
We actually camped years ago at the state park, the Indiana Dunes State Park, which is, it all runs together, the state and the national seashore. And that campground. So, and then, you know, up there you're getting into Michigan City and Gary. That area is, I mean, I know there's like, there used to be a big Cabela's up that way, or Bass Pro. And then I would honestly suggest driving across the border into Michigan, because some of the beaches in Michigan I think are a lot nicer once you get across the border. And then if you drive just a little ways into southern Michigan, there are lots of wineries and farms, fruit farms and things like that. I got off on a tangent. Make sure you go check out Endless RVing. In fact, we just watched their most recent video. It just came live tonight. It was an interview with Matt from Matt's RV Reviews. You should check it out because they asked Matt all about trends with the RV industry and where Matt sees it going and where it's been recently. It was really informative. So
okay, and then Adam from Florida is saying, where are you going on your big summer trip? Well, it's going to be out to West Yellowstone.
Yep, we're heading out west again. We don't really have anything planned other than we have to be in West Yellowstone for our big camp out. I think it's July 7th or 9th or sometime around there. So we're just going to make it up as we normally do.
Yep.
Somebody else did a super chat. Are you able to tell me who that is?
The Air Force guy, Paul.
Paul Chamberlain.
It's a super sticker.
Thank you, Paul, for that super sticker. Yeah. So everybody knows our friend Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy. He has been rocking it. I mean, he literally said he could be working, and he has been, I think, almost 7 days a week. The RV industry is blowing up for people like Paul and Matt and any of these dealerships that have been working hard to help people buy RVs during this time. And so if you need an RV and you're out in the Thurmont, Maryland area or near in that area, because I know Paul does a lot of stuff over in Pennsylvania, make sure, and when you call Beckley's, you ask for Paul, the Air Force guy, okay? Same way as if you're going to go through General RV, you've got to ask for Matt. You can't show up, start working with somebody, and then decide you want to say, I want Matt or Paul or whoever. So I think that's important, because a lot of people think, well, we'll just show up, and then you start talking to somebody. Matt can't help you after you've already started working with somebody, probably. So
okay, W.A. Stewart's asking, did you record putting new updates in Carl? We didn't record the updates.
No, you know, and here's the thing, I'm terrible at
remembering to do that stuff.
I get into these projects. Hold on one second.
They're ripping it up here. There you go.
Okay. It's like a racetrack out here. I am terrible about recording videos on how I do things, and so no, I didn't record any of it. What I might do is at some point do a little video on some of these. I don't really want to call them upgrades. I mean, I guess the table's kind of an upgrade. The wallpaper's more of a decorating thing. I do need to still do a video on the truck, because we did get a soft shell for the truck so we can haul the bikes, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. Tomorrow's video is going to be about, what the heck is it about? Oh, somebody had requested a video on how we summarize our camper, in essence. Like, what's our checklist? So I did a short video on things we do to get our RV ready to go camping after it's been in storage throughout the winter. So.
Okay, and Phil asked us, did you bring the new bikes on this trip? Yes.
We did.
Yes.
And here's the great thing about those bikes. We were able, I'd read online that when you fold them down, they will fit in a 50-gallon plastic crate, and they do. And it makes it, one, it keeps them together and they can't move around in the truck. Number two, they load and unload so much easier, because you just pull the crate out, set the crate down, then I lift the bike out of the crate and then fold it and lock it. So yes, the downside is I would say the two bikes take up about
most of your bed.
2/3 of the bed.
Yeah.
There's still room to get the generator in. There's still room then to get something else in, like tools. But like for this trip, we had the two bikes. We had this tub that I carry full of tools. We brought the propane fire pit, and that was about it. We won't be putting the propane fire pit in on the big trip this summer because we're going to want to put the generator in. So
right. Okay, Barb's asking, did you say where you were live streaming right now? I don't know if we did.
Yeah, we are at Harrison Lake State Park in Ohio. We're just north of like Archibald. I don't know, maybe 20 miles. I don't know.
Okay.
So north, it would be the northwest corner of Ohio.
Right, right. Deborah's asking, do you think adding another large AGM battery plus 200 watts of rooftop solar will give decent amount of battery for boondocking without having a generator?
Yes. However, just as long as you understand, you won't be able to run your air conditioner. So if you add if you have, let's say, a 235 amp hour AGM like we used to have, you can add a second one, and that's going to double you. So now you're going to be at 470. Remember, with lead acid batteries, you really should only run them down to about 50%, but that's going to give you over 200 amp hours. And then with the 200 watts of solar, basically you'd be where we're at, because we have 200 amp hours of lithium. We can use all 200, and then we have that 194 watt panel. The main thing I always want people to understand, though, is you're not going to be able to run the AC. So if you're thinking you're going someplace that's going to be really hot and you need to run the AC, that's where the generator is going to come in.
Randy asks, I'd love to hear how you like the peel wallpaper. Does it look good? It looks great.
It looks great.
I love it.
Did I put any photo? No. I'm going to get some photos up soon in like great. Instagram. We went with, it's called like it's just like a weave pattern, and it's kind of got,
almost looks like it's three-dimensional.
Yeah, and it actually feels, it has a texture to it. And it's kind of, the color was called Spice. It almost matches these red cushions.
With this red that you see right there. It's not a solid red.
No, it's got some, it's like a weave pattern of white and red.
Yeah.
It was either really that or a dark blue, and we decided the blue was going to be too dark. You know, it's such a small area. But yeah, and it went on really easy. So we'll see how it holds up. But I don't know, I'm pretty impressed. Like I said, my first thought was $45 for one roll, but one roll was plenty for in here, and it seems like really good quality.
Okay. Cool. Shelly Johnson says they're going to Rockaway Beach 4th of July, and then they're going to head to Yellowstone to hang out with everyone.
We're going to miss the parade this year.
I love that parade.
We've been with Jeff and Shelly the last two 4th of Julys in Rockaway Beach. Make sure you go to the little bakery for me.
Another question from Stop Eat Explore. Are you thinking about a truck cap, but you got your soft cap?
Yeah, no. So what we did is, and I need to get a video out on it. We ended up going with, it's a soft truck cap. It's made by the company that it's called Best Stop, which they make like lots of accessories for Jeeps. And so they make like the canvas for the Jeeps. So that's what it's made of. It's this real heavy canvas. And what's nice about it is it, unlike a hard one that is very heavy to put on and take off, and then once it's on, that's it. With this, it actually folds down. So if you, let's say we were going someplace, wanted to buy a piece of furniture that wouldn't fit in, you can actually fold that thing down flat and then have the height to haul. And then the front and the back has windows. It came with a rear brake light that we installed, and then the sides zip off, and you can actually get windows for the side. So.
Back to the wallpaper.
Okay.
Karen says, good choice of color, glad not blue. Carl looks great in red.
Yeah, and I really like the blue, but it was just one of those things. It's such a small area, and it was funny because we took the red cushion with us, left it in the car at Lowe's. When we got out, and then we put this color against the cushion, it was a no-brainer, and that it was just almost a perfect.
Well, and Russ and Carrie have a similarly well, and
like I said, when I feel it, I'm literally touching it right now. It doesn't feel like paper. It almost feels like a vinyl. And I know in the bedroom it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
This cabinet at the entryway.
A lot of motion here.
Yeah.
And that's why we covered it up, because the company put in white, and you bump it and things get marked on it, and I just kept trying to keep it in puppy paws, and
and I think a lot of people do I don't know if you want to call them renovations or decoration changes in their trailer. When we bought this, I don't know, we are always weird when we buy trailers.
I just don't for
the longest time we leave it stock. We're afraid to do anything. But usually with us, after a couple years, we're getting bored and we want to do it, do something.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about this was we weren't breaking out paint where it was a little more permanent.
Yeah.
The fact that this can be removed, so when we do sell the trailer, then the new option of removing it.
Yeah.
Same way with the table. I saved the original tabletop. So, you know, if they want to put the original tabletop back in, they can.
Thank you so much, Getting an RV. They say hit the thumbs up.
Hey, Mary.
She's been on for a while talking. Wanted to get her in there.
Mary. Up in...
Robert Stitch says, here in Canada, most Canada Day festivities have been already canceled or made virtual.
Yeah, I mean, things are finally starting to open up here in the States. Depends on where you live. Some areas not as much, some areas more than others. And, you know, but it's just nice to come over here. We didn't do anything today. We kind of just hung out, and it's just a change of scenery. So
went for a walk, went for a long walk.
One of the things, I'm not a big campground fan. I'm just going to tell you this.
We're just not.
We're just we just don't like campgrounds. I mean, we would prefer to be, and when now I do like national forestry campgrounds because you're spread out more, and but this is busy.
Okay.
But here's what I do like about coming to like these commercial. This is a state park, but these types of busy campgrounds, I love walking around and looking at the different RVs.
What's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, question before it goes away from me.
Okay.
It says, this is from Teresa.
Okay.
Tillock. Can you recommend a good tire jack for a teardrop trailer?
No. Here's what I have, and a lot of people would disagree with me. You know what, Paul Chamberlain, if you're still on, can you answer that? What would you, as the dealer, what would you recommend to a teardrop owner, say a Tab or a little guy? What would your dealership recommend if they said, we want to buy a jack?
Yep.
I'm going to guess you're going to say like those more like the jacks that you roll under and crank up. From a safety standpoint, we carry a bottle jack. A lot of people don't like those because they can. If you don't get them straight up, they could fall. The nice thing about these teardrops is I've never changed the tire. Hope I never have to.
Okay, and Paul's asking what type of jack. They want a jack for
to be able to change
tire jack.
For a tire jack, Paul. They want to carry a jack in case, even if it's not a specific brand or is it, you know.
And then Deborah asked, do you think the original table that we have in here that we kept could have been cut down so that that annoying bit would be gone?
I've seen people. I saw somebody.
Paul answered here. He says you could use the one, the jack. We're back to the jacks. You could use the one from your tow vehicle.
Okay, there we go. So
Mm-hmm.
Paul's saying you don't have to go buy one. You could just use the jack that's in your tow vehicle. And then the other thing is, I would definitely have your jack stand down, and then as you're cranking up, I would continue to put your four I would use the stabilizers on that side. Just as a backup in case it would fall. At least maybe the stabilizers would help to break the fall or hold it up, because if you keep them against the ground it wouldn't fall. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate your expertise on that, because sometimes what I do is not necessarily good advice for other people. Just saying.
I have a memory on something. Not with a camper, though. How you did your landscaping at when we were first married, how he chose to pull out some bushes.
And I thought I was talking about something else.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody answering a question. I don't remember.
Okay, Deborah says the answer to her question was froze.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the question was. Okay, the original table, could it be cut down?
Yeah, so the original table, I think you could probably make that cut. The problem is going to be once you cut through it, you're going to have two exposed sides. So the side sticking out is going to show the cut, and then you could do like a hinge to fold it down if you still wanted that end piece. So because even this table, this is Broyhill. It was the Fontana collection, which was really good. When I cut through this, I always thought this was solid wood. It's got like a filling in the center, like a wood filling. So I wouldn't necessarily want that cut side showing down here.
And Teresa says, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, glad we can
update on our questions. So if anyone has a question, make sure you type in question, and I'll try and get it here.
And again, we apologize for the quality of the stream tonight. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought this would not be as good as home?
Home is actually good.
Yeah.
On the scale here. Golly.
And if there's just any personal questions, because now that we're not doing the midweek updates on the YouTube channel, then you know.
Well, I guess I missed it. Did we talk about West Yellowstone? How that's going to go?
Oh yes, Patty wants me to talk about West Yellowstone. So
here we go. Here's a question, but we'll get to West Yellowstone first.
Okay. Carrie updated me today that the governor of Montana has lifted the 14-day quarantine for people coming from out of Montana starting on Monday, which means we can all now go to West Yellowstone. We won't have to self-quarantine or anything like that. And I believe he is allowing groups to gather up to 50 people. So we are going to West Yellowstone. We're going to be there. We have our reservations. My guess is that the campgrounds will all be opening in the next couple weeks there. Russ and Carrie said they're starting to see some movement. Work campers are showing up in the area. We know Yellowstone has partially opened, and my guess now that Montana is opening up, I'm going to guess Yellowstone will be opening the northern entrances. The only thing we don't know about is, will we still be able to do the 2 dinners and the breakfast as a big group? We may have to cancel those, or we may do, just because the whole buffet, you know, like the potluck thing may not be safe. So what we may do is just for meals have like BYOM, bring your own meal. And, you know, bring your plate, cook in your trailer, bring your plate over at a certain time, and we can still set in big circles and communicate. And we'll still be able to have interaction with each other. We just may not be able to do, because right now I think we're approaching over 40 people that say they're coming. So.
Right. Jennifer asked, where do y'all camp other than campsites? And I'm assuming it's Russ and Carrie, they were helping out. This is BLM and Army Corps sites.
Yes. So I would say our favorite places to camp are, number one, free spots, which here in the Midwest there's not a lot. But when we go out west, we like, even like in Idaho last year, it was Fish and Wildlife land. Free. Now, understand there's no hookups, but we don't need hookups. We're pretty self-contained. We love Corps of Engineer parks if we're going to pay. Those tend to be spread out really nice, and a lot of those have electric and sometimes even electric water. We also love the National Forest. I don't know, is that right?
I think so.
U.S. National Forest Service has campgrounds, and again, those tend to be huge sites, well spaced out. Sometimes they have hookups, a lot of times they don't, but they're not dispersed camping, they're actual campsites. Those are the types of, and Harvest Toast. Absolutely love Harvest Toast.
Getting an RV, wanted to see Bess. That's why I moved her up here.
Oh, can you see?
She's
get her up there so Mary can see her.
She's sleepy. The little girl, she's been busy today, but she was back here sleeping. So that's why I brought her up here for you guys so you can see her.
Let's see.
Can you see where I was? So yeah, this is Bessie. We did a big walk today. She likes doing that. And
I think Karen has a question. It says, are you meal planning for your travels, have set meals, or make it up as you go? So like for this trip, Karen, I had planned out the whole weekend, so I knew exactly what food. When we head west, we'll literally just kind of load this thing up with food, kind of meals, but not set meals. More like at home, than whatever we're in the mood for we'll make. And what I did do is, if some of you might remember, I did a review of an electric cooler back in December. We hadn't really used it since then because we really haven't been out much. But it fits perfect under the table, and there's an outlet under here. So we tried it this weekend, and that adds a lot of cooler space, so we can bring a lot more food with us this summer, and I think this is going to work out awesome.
Just a little side comment. Deborah Lee says, Patty, just thought I'd let you know how the 400 is a great she shed. Rod's working from home, so the camper in the driveway is mine, all mine.
Oh, nice.
Adam from Florida says, what kind of trailer would you be most likely to buy next time? Good question.
That's
Adam.
actually a good question, Adam. I would break that into two categories.
Yep.
Trailers we'd like to own that we probably won't because they're just too expensive,
right.
And then trailers that are more likely because they're in the price that we would want to spend. I would say number one on our list, well, at least mine, is a Lance 2075.
Yes.
We absolutely love the layout.
Nice.
One I love, there's no slide outs. I'm not anti slide out, but you can have issues as
we
you
have
know.
In the past.
So there's no slide out. It has a walk around queen bed in the front. They use the same windows that New Camp uses. So it has a stargazer in your bedroom.
Yes.
It has a big U-shaped dinette in the back. It has a dry bath, obviously, nice kitchen. But then on the outside, it has a pull-out kitchen. The whole back of the trailer is your slide-out outdoor kitchen.
With an awning.
It has its own awning.
And an
Plus,
awning
you
on
have
the
big,
side.
awning on the side. It comes with 3 20-pound propane tanks, heated underbellies. I'm trying to remember what else that thing. It's set up if you want to do lithium, you can actually do the lithium. But the problem with that trailer is it retails on sale for around $45,000, and that's just more than we're probably going to want to spend. Same way with Air. Love to own an Airstream, but So what is more likely to be our next trailer if it can't be the Lance? We're looking at a Grand Design Imagine XLS. It actually does have a slide out. It has a walk around bed. Paul Chamberlain highly recommends it as far as construction and customer service. The one thing I don't like about it, it's a Murphy bed. I don't mind the Murphy bed. I'm cool with the Murphy bed. But you can't put the bed down unless you put the slide out. And that I'm still not sure on. We also obviously love the Intech Soul Horizon, so that's still on the short list. We're constantly looking at motorhomes. I just don't see us in a motorhome. That's just not us.
Not yet.
Not yet. And they're just too pricey.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Adam's like, man, he just took a simple question
and made it long. Yeah. Randy's asking, how many days can you go being self-contained? I assume she means in the 400.
Yeah,
so.
in the 400, 3 days is our maximum. Well, because of the gray tank.
Buddy.
But we're hoping by adding that outdoor shower and being able to shower outside, we have a 30-gallon fresh tank. And usually going and getting, although Russ might disagree with me on this a little bit because they kind of had an issue finding fresh water a couple months ago. But in general, usually you can find fresh water. And I've got a 5-gallon jug, so I can always add water in. So we're hoping with this using the outdoor shower, we may be able to go 5 to 6 days, and we can go about.
Bentley bar, buddy.
How long have we been on? Okay, we might be back. I don't know. We lost connection on our end. Totally lose you. Then.
Okay, yep, we can see you.
Okay, we're back. All right. So I don't know if you heard that last part, Randy, but we currently, our limit was 3 days. We're hoping with the outdoor shower to go 6 days. So.
Yeah. Yep, Barbara House says you're back.
All right.
Cool. Okay.
And somebody on Instagram called Patty out for wearing an Intech shirt in a post, or I think it was Instagram or Facebook. I'm wearing my Intech tonight, and I'll tell you why. Keith at Intech was so nice when he gave me the tour. At the end, he asked if Patty and I would like an Intech shirt, and I was like, sure, I'll take a free T-shirt. But the reason we wear these so much, they are super soft, and they're just like, it's probably one of the most comfortable T-shirts that I own. So that's why we wear the Intech shirts.
Jen asked, did you guys change your table? Yes, we did.
Yes.
We made it. That one part always stuck out so bad, and it was in your way.
So this is just an old coffee table that I cut down. I used the same hardware, and I saved the old table so we can put it back.
Well, you're welcome. The Best Vista Floro said, Wayne says thanks for so much for saying it about what we did on their channel.
Yeah, and hopefully everybody will check out your video, Dwayne, because especially for anybody thinking about
I'm curious before you go too far.
Okay,
further.
Okay.
I'll get it out too further. That's not right.
Too further.
The Zoom call discussion never came through. The Best of Us, the Floro said. The Zoom call never came through.
The Zoom call never came through.
Yeah, is that what we did?
Yeah.
I hope.
I watched your video, so
maybe there's something else.
That might be something different.
Okay. I just was curious if it didn't work or not.
Yeah. No, because I watched the video. So.
And Paul A. Jackson says, nice job on the table. We are late to the party. But
hey, Paul.
Party. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of people made comments on it, like I had done something really magical, like I'm some kind of carpenter. All I did was laid the old table on top, upside down on top of this one, and figured out how long I wanted this one to be. And I drew a line and I cut it with a circular saw. And then it was just adding the two little mounts on the back and the leg on the front. So I am no carpenter whatsoever.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think it came out okay, but I just don't want people thinking I've got some kind of crazy skills.
Mad skills?
Yeah. Getting my limits. So.
And when you did that, I'm like, I'm just going to let him be, because it's kind of, as you know,
we do have
it small. And I'm like, I'm just not going to mess with him and let him just go for it. So.
We do have a problem in here, though, I will tell you. The radio...
Our radio is just...
It started in March, the last time we camped. It wasn't working right, and it's not working again. Taking it apart, it started receiving again. Apparently, these Jensens are terrible. Nobody online. In fact, I went to Amazon. They sell this replacement. It gets horrible reviews. So I don't even think I want to spend the $233 to replace it. And the only reason we would use it is
for these guys.
If we go out and leave these guys in here in their crate, we like to turn the music on. One, I think it's soothing for them. Two, it helps cover up noise. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to come up with a solution.
There's another Patty in the house. Patty and Kevin Martin from Maryland. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Welcome.
Great name. Like it. Beginning. He says, good evening.
Hi, Brenda. I don't know if you can hear us or see us. We're having issues. Our internet, our Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi. It's LTE. It's coming with service. So I was really worried about this.
Paul A. Jackson has a suggestion for our radio. It says use an old iPhone or iTouch and port into radio an option.
Yeah, the problem, Paul, is you're supposed to be able to Bluetooth. It will not. It hasn't connected since about 2 months after we bought the trailer.
Oh boy!
And then there's a USB port on the front, but that doesn't seem to work either. So what we're thinking about doing is not even messing with the radio and buying. We noticed Lance is now installing these. It's like a portable speaker that you can mount on the wall, but then they put mounts outside and you take it out. We were thinking if we could find one of the built-in FM radio, maybe
something.
The bike helmets have a built-in FM radio. We just set the bike helmet on top of their kennel.
Yep, says you're back.
Okay.
You must be buffering a little bit. Adam says, how are you liking the Rad Mini bikes? Love.
Rad Mini bikes are rad.
All paws up, right, buddy?
Yeah, we love the Rad Mini bikes.
They are fun.
Mini step-throughs. Not mini as in... Well,
right.
They do have power, but... You know what's so nice about those? And we've had a couple of people make comments about, oh, you're cheating. Call me a cheater. I don't really care. It makes riding bikes so much more fun, especially on hills.
Yes, it is just more enjoyable.
Yep. You're still pedaling.
Yeah.
So.
Adam says he has a Mini, and I really like it. We do too. We love ours.
Yeah, Adam. We ended up getting 2 of the Mini step-throughs, and and they seem really well built. So.
Oh my gosh, get an RV! Thank you so much.
Oh, Arnie and Mary, thank you so much.
Make it to West Yellowstone. Have some candy from us.
Oh, thank you guys so much. We appreciate that. In fact, I had somebody leave a comment. I haven't been on YouTube all day today. I noticed it, I think, last night. Asked me if we had ever... It was on our Tab 400 tour from 2 years ago. Wanted to know if we ever considered an Oliver. And one of the things I was going to do was tell them that we knew you guys and that you had one, and they seemed like just really nice trailers. So.
Bill and Cherie says, Whidbey Wanderer. A thing for me. says, Patty, are your salons open? Do you cut your hair? It looks great. Well, thank you for noticing how nice my hair is, but I have to give my stylist, Sham, the credit for that. And yes, our salon's opened on May 11th. And the week prior to that, Sham was calling and getting all of her clients from
we'll see you tomorrow
from mid-March on her listing, and she's been working. I saw her yesterday, and when you go in, of course you wait till you she motions you in, and yesterday she was the only stylist in there, and we all had to wear masks. And so that was kind of interesting because my mask ties in two places, so I just kind of held it on my face, but she had a mask on. And then she just did a great job. So thank you so much. It was much needed.
And if Shelly is still in the room, Shelly, I will pay you if you can trim Patty up in West Yellowstone.
I would,
because her next appointment's not till August. And
yes.
she's going to be going. And if you remember, Shelly, last year she went to a Fred Meyer, and it was like a nightmare. And then you yelled at her for not asking you. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there.
Okay. There was a.
You don't have to do mine. I do my own. So.
Yes, he does. Okay, here's a question. Any speculation as to which COE might reopen?
I have not heard anything about COEs recently reopening, and I hope they do soon, because again, those are one of our favorite parks to stay at. Harvest Host, a lot of the hosts are open, so that's a good thing.
Right.
And again, a lot of the state parks around the country are opening, so you have to think the COE parks won't be too far behind.
Okay, and then thinking ahead to Vermont, Deborah wants to know, as far as you know, is Vermont still on?
Yes.
Yes.
As far as so here was the deal with Vermont. The lady from the campground told me she isn't going to collect deposits from anybody who made a reservation, because that way, just in case, if there would be like a second wave and they would have to shut down, she doesn't have to refund our money. So if you made a reservation for Vermont, you still have it. She just hasn't charged any deposits for any of us, and we are still planning to be there. The only way we wouldn't, and we would obviously let everybody know ahead of time, is if there would be a second wave and they would shut down the campground. Then obviously none of us could come anyway. So
Shelly's so nice. She said, "Yes, I will bring my scissors."
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you so much.
I will take care of you. I promise.
Because after yesterday, I was like, I so much appreciate you, Sham. I should have brought you chocolates. So next time I'm going to take Sham some chocolates. She did a great job. Can't wait for Vermont. Endless RVing, yes.
Yeah, Endless RV. So for those of you going to Vermont, I don't know if any of you are planning. I know there's a few people in the room going to Vermont, but MJ and Izzy from Endless RVing are coming, and so it's going to be a great chance to get to hang out with them and meet them. And if you're not following their channel, you really should. Because again, it's just an excellent RV channel, and they're doing a lot of great videos on just everything from Izzy struggles with a shampooer for the carpet in the trailer to waxes for your RVs, and so really good channel. But I just wanted to share that they're going to be there. And then don't forget, Vinny Mozzarella is coming. And that means cheese.
Cheese. So some of you guys are so funny. Getting an RV says, Shelly, we live in Michigan.
Yeah.
My husband, my dog, and myself will need a haircut. Are you near me?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Shelly's clear out near Seattle. Yeah. But boy, Shelly, sounds like I bet you're staying busy. You don't need me to.
Jason's coming too with Endless.
Yay, Jason!
Yeah.
So dinner entertainment will be provided by Jason. Yeah, because Jason,
he has a repertoire.
He does, and Jason, you can do whatever you want. If you want to do impressions for dinner entertainment, if you want to sing, we'll let you be the entertainment. Yeah, you do some amazing impressions. So just please don't ever do me. So I don't even know what that would be.
I don't know. A lot of hand movements when you talk.
I do, yeah.
A lot of people are saying they're going to be there. Vermont, Endless RVing, Stop to Explore. They're asking if Roads We Roam are going to be there.
I don't think Russ and Carrie will be able to. Oh, I guess they could answer for themselves.
They are.
Okay. Yeah.
Adam says, I'm interested in the box you put your bike in. Where did you get it?
Oh, it's a Sterilite 50-gallon plastic crate from Walmart. I think I paid $20 or $21
They
for
fit
it.
perfect.
They have them in stock at most like our Walmart just had them right on the shelf. It's just this big 50-gallon, and the brand I think is Sterilite, $20. You can't put the lid on, but when you fold it down, it will just fit right down in there, and which is so nice because it protects the sides. And then what I did, Adam, was I saved some of the foam that came in the box, and I put a piece of foam where the bike bends. I now put a piece of foam in between.
Scratched up, yeah. And Russ and Carrie says they're going to try and get to Vermont when they wrap up their season at West Yellowstone.
That would be awesome.
That'd be fun. Yeah, more the merrier, of course.
Yeah, we hope they can make it back to Tall Pine Lodge.
Yes, that was fun too.
Russ and I will probably get into trouble.
Oh, Shelly, you're so nice. She says, anyone needs a haircut, I will help out in Yellowstone.
Oh, there we go. Shelly's going to
make some money.
Yeah, Shelly's going to get a little money going.
She can have a little shop going there.
All right, Jeff. That means there'll be more money for you and me to go out and have a party.
There you go.
So I'm all excited for all of you coming to West Yellowstone. Jeff makes these amazing s'mores. He's probably going to get mad at me for even saying this, but he has this technique, which I had never seen. But what he does is he melts the chocolate. And then when the marshmallow's done, he uses indirect heat to melt the chocolate, and then he rolls the marshmallow. And I know it sounds silly, you wouldn't think. It makes a world of difference in the quality of the s'more.
No, nobody.
So Shelly's going to be busy doing hair while Jeff is making s'mores for the guys.
Okay. MJ and Izzy are asking, are you going to Hershey, meaning us?
Probably not, just because it's just the way with our work. You know, I don't want to say definitely not, but at this point, no. Because the other problem is, I think the one time we went to Hershey, we actually worked the booth for a couple days for New Camp. We left on a Thursday. I don't even remember. Thursday. We left on Thursday night after Patty got off work. We drove somewhere in Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh.
Yep.
We got to Hershey around noon. Went straight over on Friday. We worked from about noon till 8 o'clock at night. Yep. I think that's how late it went. And then Saturday we worked most of the day. And then we had to drive and then drive home Sunday.
It was a crazy weekend.
And I don't know how many days Patty has to be able to get off. She only gets, what do you get, 4 days?
4.
And you're using, I think, 2 for Vermont.
Yeah, that leaves me
and
with
I only
2.
get 3.
Wow, buddy.
And so, I don't know if we could swing it. There's also the possibility I might be coming to Tampa. We don't know for certain.
Yeah, we're not sure. We talked about that, too, that he could just go, because that's kind of a hard time, too, for me. So
I don't know if that's going to happen either, but...
Grateful Glampers here. Want to say hi?
Oh, hey, Grateful Glamper. I caught the end of your live stream. I totally forgot you guys were going live tonight, and it was right before we went live. So hopefully you guys had a good live. Like I said, I popped in just for a couple minutes, and I didn't want to say anything because sometimes I always feel bad because sometimes when you go into live streams and then you start these side discussions like with us.
Diane Ski says, I'm still coming to a Yellowstone meetup. So
Yay, Diane.
Yeah. Paul A. Jackson says, are you still considering living in an RV full-time on retirement?
We are. In 4 years. That's the
plan.
That's kind of what we're thinking. Yeah. I just don't want to say we're definitely doing it, and then 4 years, things can change. But that's what we're thinking. Yep. And I think what we would be doing is, we would probably be thinking about doing it for about 3 to 4 years, and then buying a small house someplace to settle down at about age 60. So I want to go back to Grateful Glamper, by the way.
Yes.
So if you have not checked out their channel, please do, because this was what I didn't realize was I always thought you guys were full-time. We'd been watching your videos, especially, and when we found out, I think it was in your last live stream, you were back home and you were saying you weren't. But they make some amazing videos. And again, it's funny because all channels are so different. Like our channel's different than Russ and Carrie's channel, which is different than Izzy and MJ's and your guys. But you guys, Grateful Glamper, you are so good with the cinematography on the travel. Like you're up there with KYD as far as your editing. I wished I could even come close to documenting a story the way you're doing. And honestly, we went out and had Mexican food one night because of one of your videos. The time when you went, you were in Arizona and you went, and I think you went to a drive-through to get Mexican food, and it looked so amazing. And so we were both sitting there, we're like, we want Mexican food tonight.
So curbside.
So anyway, I just wanted to share that. I know there's other channels here tonight. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, but I just wanted to mention that because you guys, your videography, and this is my opinion, it's worth nothing, but I think it's just amazing the way you're shooting your stories, and you're not even full time. I just wished I could do that. So
and getting an RV says you're going to leave Tall Pines. Well, when we retire, we're going to have to. If we want to do this.
Yeah, if we really want to do this in 4 years, I think we're going to be forced to sell Tall Pine because it's just a financial thing. And then here's the other thing that people don't understand. I love my log cabin. It's not cheap to live there.
It's a lot of maintenance that we're learning.
About every 5 to 7 years, you have to redo the outside. And like the last quote I had, because it really needs to be done soon, was around $9,000. So you figure that's some hefty upkeep every 5 to 6, 7 years.
Well, because we learned that with a log cabin, they have to basically they clean it, then they strip the paint, the stain.
Yeah, they would come in, wash it, strip the old stain. They have to put a pH balancer on the logs, then they restain it, then they reseal it, and then if there's cracks, they
fill them in.
Yeah,
and we've had some carpenter bee issues that they've had to deal with. We've had some woodpecker issues.
Yeah, so we love it. I'm not complaining,
there,
but I just don't know if we want to deal with that long term. So we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. It's just you never know how things are going to go. Yeah, it's just going to be another adventure, another step. Yeah. Okay. I think we're caught up on questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we're about to an hour. So.
Oh, are you still happy with your 400?
Yes.
Yes.
Here's the thing, because I know
it's never going to be perfect.
I know we, we like panic people when they hear us talking about other RVs or whatever. We're not dissatisfied. The reason we're looking at other RVs has nothing to do with not liking the 400. We love the 400, but we go through these stages. And I think a lot of people do this. Our biggest beef about this trailer right now, and I say beef, it's just for some reason in the last 6 months, the bed area has been bothering both of us more and more. Because, it's really about 54 inches wide, which is 6 inches shorter than an actual queen. And because the back end comes up
with the wedge,
and I don't know why, and
lately it's just
neither of us are sleeping well. And I would say that's the biggest factor.
The big thing right now.
mean, we're figuring out ways to deal with the small gray tanks and things like that. So no, well-built, excellent trailer, still love it. Honestly, I wish New Camp was making like a 21 or 22 footer with a walk-around bed. And I know there's a lot of 400 owners that feel the same way as we do about that. So, and who knows, we may keep this one for another 2 years. Or, as I told somebody yesterday, I'm not going to say we're definitely keeping it for the next 2 years, because about the time I do, and then I come on a live stream and tell you we traded on, or well, maybe not. I don't think we'll trade. We've got potential buyers.
Goodbye, Paul, the Air Force guy.
Hey, Air Force guy, thank you so much again, Paul. And have a great, hopefully you get a little rest, buddy.
Yep. And Adam asks again, what's the design model for the Grand Design?
It's the number. The Grand Design is an Imagine XLS 17 MKE. It's their shortest trailer. I think it comes in around 22 or 23 feet. Has 45-gallon tanks. And here's what Paul just left, but here's what I called Paul about it. He sells them. He said the XLS, because I thought maybe the XLS meant cheap, and he said it has nothing to do with that. They're manufactured the same way the big Imagines are done. So he said the quality level is there. It's just these are their smaller units, because Grand Design's kind of known for their bigger units, and so I don't know. I don't even know if that's the way we'll go.
Karen cracks me up. She says, "No trading. You have a buyer."
I know, Karen. and interesting enough, because so Mark and Karen, Mark knows he gets first shot at our trailer. It was something he asked of me several months ago, and I told him he would get first shot at it if he wanted. So we're always joking with Mark and Karen that this is their trailer. But I also know they know that they're going to get first shot, but they also know they don't have to buy it if they don't want to. And we've actually had 2 other people reach out to us actually in the last couple weeks saying, hey, if you're going to get rid of your 400, let me know. I'm interested. So we'll probably won't, even if Mark and Karen decided they didn't want it, we'll still probably try to sell it ourselves, which is Matt would tell you from Matt's RV reviews. In fact, this was just in Izzy and MJ's video. You're always better off to sell a trailer yourself if you can, because they, when you think about it, a dealership has to make money, so they're going to give you significantly less than what they're going to sell it for, so that they can turn a profit.
And Paul A. Jackson said, "Would you ever consider the Avia?"
No, and here's why. It's just too big for us.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pull it with my Tacoma, so we would have to buy a whole new truck to pull it. And it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong; it is absolutely gorgeous. But and this was something. This came up the other night on Endless RVing's live stream. Like Matt hates Class Bs. I mean, he absolutely hates them. But here's the thing that I always tell Patty is, or we were talking about this during the live stream, is, yeah, Class Bs are very expensive for what you get, but it's kind of like us. A lot of people don't understand why we like under 25 foot or why we love boondocking. Every individual has different styles of camping.
Yeah.
And so what might not be a good fit for us may be a good fit for others. And so a lot of people never understood why we spent almost $30,000 for an 18-foot teardrop. But there's just, everybody wants to put their money. So I guess the point I was making is, for all of you Avia owners, they are absolutely gorgeous trailers, well built, wonderful company in New Camp. It's just too big for us.
Yeah, it's just not what we would want. So
sorry, that was a long
answer.
And
I wish Paul the Air Force guy was here, because Liz DC says, I bought my little guy Max from Paul, and he was an amazing salesperson, as you'd expect based on his videos, and that's what we expect too.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Paul. If you just follow Paul on Facebook, you'll see what an amazing dealer he is, because he's not just selling you a trailer, he's selling himself.
Yeah.
Meaning, he's always posting that he's at a local campground because somebody he sold a trailer to was having an issue.
And that's why he was running late to the live stream, because he was helping some customers at a campground.
And there's very few dealerships I will recommend. Paul, I always recommend Paul the Air Force guy, because I know the level of service he gives. I always recommend Miller's out in Pennsylvania, because Patsy and Preston, it's family owned. They only sell new camp. Obviously, our friends at Princess Craft in Round Rock, Texas. And honestly, I've started telling people to call Matt, because I think you hear people talk about Matt, and I know MJ and Izzy highly recommend it. Those are about the only dealerships I currently recommend, because I know these people. I've talked to them.
Got some questions that are coming in here from Teresa Tillock. What kind of trailer would you like to full-time in?
Again, we are thinking.
Not sure yet, but it has to be bigger than this.
We still want to be probably 25 foot or less. I'm not going to lie. We think we could full-time easily in that Lance 2075.
Nice. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And maybe even the Grand Design. I don't know.
Not sure yet.
But yeah, we know if we're going to go full-time, though, for 2 of us with 2 dogs, it has to be bigger than this.
And Trent asks, describe how an outdoor shower setup would look like for you. We've just been working on this.
Yeah, so so all it is I think the brand is Wolfwise, and once I get it, if it seems like it's good quality, I'll put the link on our Amazon shop. I think I spent, was that $59?
I think so.
I think it was like $59, and it folds up nice and flat. I think it said it was about 24 inches. It's circular. It's one of those things that just pops up, and it's like a privacy thing, and it's got a door on. It's got a couple openings on the side. It has a rain fly on the top. And so the plan is to set it right beside of the trailer, over here where the outdoor shower is, run the shower hose in, and you'll just have to turn the water on, go in. And what we're thinking is we'll wear our swimsuits out.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, okay. And then it comes with a little floor, but I also bought this like yoga mat thingy that allows the water to drain through, that we'll put on there with that. And that's it.
We're going to try it.
And we're just going to use the outdoor shower.
Because we're just trying to save the
gray tank.
Yeah.
Hashtag save the gray tank.
Brenda McGinnity, are you boondocking at West Yellowstone?
Yes and no, Brenda.
Yeah, both.
So for the camp out, we are at Grizzly RV Park with full hookups. Because I know most of the people coming to our campouts want hookups, so we always schedule those at a park that has hookups. But we'll probably be boondocking, and probably everything after that will be boondocking. I know we're going to end up in the Tetons. At Lower Teton View, and we'll definitely probably do Bootjack, and then I think Russ and Carrie were scouting another boondock spot for us. So,
gotta say hi to JT and DT's Adventures.
Oh, hey guys!
Joined us. And Mark's asking, can you pull the Lance with a Tacoma?
Yes. So, how well it will pull, I don't know, but it is, even if you loaded, I want to say, don't quote me on this, Mark. I want to say unloaded weight on the Lance was like 4,500 pounds. You can load it up to 5,900. I'm rated for 64. So we'll be pushing it, but it will pull it.
Getting it right says, go for the Lance. Heard great things about them. It will be your home for 3 years. You take such good care of your units, and it will hold its value.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of those balancing things, because here's the deal. So I think we could get a Grand Design loaded, and what I mean by loaded is meaning I could have Paul or Matt, both of them sell them. I could have them put solar on it for me, max air. Was there anything else we wanted?
What are we doing the lithium?
We would move some of our lithium. Mark and Karen would get some of the lithium, I think, and I'm going to keep battery, and then we'd hook it up. And I think I could do that trailer with all of it basically the way we'd want it outfitted, for maybe 25 to 26,000, and with the slide out topper. The Lance, and I don't think it comes with solar or the lithium, is at like 45,000. I'm just trying to justify the extra 25,000. But I definitely, Mary, you are so right about holding values, because that's the beauty. That's why I'm afraid to leave New Camp, because this trailer has held its value so well.
Quality of the cabinetry and everything is just so nice.
So and that's what come out to our trailer, and I'm like, it's so nice.
Liz DC1 says, in a few years I'd like to get a 25-foot Airstream Globetrotter.
Yes. And again, Liz, we love the Airstream. Nice. It's just money. I don't know. I found an Airstream, a used one, recently. It was the weirdest layout. It was in our price range. I think they were only asking like 28, and it was in excellent shape. But it had like this weird bunk bed thing in the back.
Beds, right?
I think, and all we could figure out, and it did end up selling before we got a chance to go look at it. But
Arkansas Traveler says, we looked at a Grand Design 22 MLE yesterday and fell in love with it. Seems to be good value for the money.
See, that's what I think. And like I said, when Paul Chamberlain, here's the thing about Paul Chamberlain. I know Paul left, but I'm still going to talk about him. When Paul Chamberlain tells me something, I believe him, because Paul will tell people things even though it costs Paul money. Meaning, like, Paul will tell you, don't buy this RV, you don't want it. And he'll tell you why you don't want it. And so when Paul said to me, Patrick, they're well built and their customer service is top notch. Like, when Paul tells me their customer service, he ranks up there with New Camp, I'm like, no way. But I believe Paul, because like I said, I don't think Jim Kuzman's in the room tonight, but Jim, Jim would attest to this.
And Getting an RV says, watch the weight with your add-ons. Are they pretty equivalent in empty weight? I assume the Grand Design and the Lance.
Yeah, the Lance and the Grand Design weight-wise, I think were pretty similar, which is kind of weird, because the Grand Design has the slide out and the Lance doesn't. What I really like about, see, this is why I wrote that blog about the perfect RV
dilemma.
Because here's what I love about the Grand Design: it has the theater seating, the Thomas Paine recliners with the heated seats and the slide out, and that we would love. Where the Lance has the U-shaped dinette, and I'm not as big into the U-shaped dinette, but I love the Lance because, one, the quality. There's just things on the Lance. The Lance has the what is that called? It's like a computer screen that controls everything. And it has the Truma water system, which is like our Aldi system. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why it's 45,000 instead of 25,000.
And Diane says, I like the Intex.
Full Dawn is the smaller one.
With the huge front window.
The Dawn. We talked about doing the Dawn.
Just so we could have a dedicated bed.
We like the dedicated bed. So if we did go with an Intech, and you might say, well, Patrick, why would you go with an Intech over a Tab if you were looking for bigger? It's not really bigger, but because of the way Intech builds theirs, their back end doesn't cut off. And
so you have more room in the bed area.
Yes. So the Intech Soul Horizon actually has a residential queen size bed, and because the back end doesn't do this, it does a normal RV. You can actually sit up in bed, so we could actually both sit up. We'd still have, one of us would have to crawl over. I mean, our ideal situation would be walk around bed.
Yes, that's a no-brainer.
But I will tell you, I toured the Intech factory, hence the free T-shirt.
Yeah.
They don't. Oh, by the way, they don't give everybody a free T-shirt. So I don't want you thinking if you called Keith, he'll give you a tour and you get a free T-shirt. But at least I don't think they do.
I don't know.
But those are well built as well, much like, and they're an individually owned company like New Camp. So
Living the Good Life RV is here. Says hello, guys. How are you?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hope you're having a great weekend so far. And we're caught up on questions, huh?
Okay, we're all caught up, and I think,
people are saying go for the lands, go for it.
Yeah, and again, we're in no hurry. We're gonna, I'm sure, the minute I say this, next week we'll end up with a new trailer. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be our trailer. Mark is not ready to take possession of the 400. Karen is, but Mark's not. So, and I'm as many of you know, I think you're learning with me. I don't rush into these decisions. It takes me. I'll drive Patty nuts.
Yes, he will.
So, and half the fun to me is looking and making spreadsheets with pros and cons.
Oh, you and your spreadsheets.
So
it's like your clipboard of fun. He has a clip. Used to tease him for traveling, a clipboard of fun.
I just don't want anybody thinking we don't like our 400. That is not it. We still love our 400. We still love New Camp. It's just, it's just like anything in life. You have something for a while, and because I don't know if MJ and Izzy are still on, but they have that gorgeous Newmar, and I can't think of which one, but I know Izzy's always got his flavor of the week. I'm kind of like Izzy. I got my flavor of the week, but I don't know that they're going to be going out and buying a new one next week. So
okay, Mark's asking, when are you headed west?
When do you think we are hoping to head, what you said, probably after June 5th, was it? 6th?
June 9th is the final. I'll have it done, but grades are finalized June 9th, so I'll have mine done before then.
Yeah, we'll probably head out around June 6th, 5th. I don't know, I haven't looked at the calendar.
Yeah.
So we'll have, all of next week, and then probably one more week here, and then we'll start.
He's a spreadsheet.
And I don't know where we're going. We literally have no plans. A lot of it we've got to go where we're welcome.
Figure out where, because I don't want to be where
I know Iowa is open, so we'll probably leave the first day and go to Iowa. And then I don't know if we'll go straight to Wyoming, or I was told not to come to Colorado, at least the last time. In fact, I was on Grateful Glamping's live stream 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so.
And somebody on there told me don't come to Colorado because back 2 weeks ago they were saying they were ticketing people.
Someone says come to California, live in the good life. Arvine says come to California.
I don't know, has California opened up, but I don't think we'll go that far west. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I got to finalize grades, and you retire. JT and DT's Adventures finalized my grades Friday, and will retire next Tuesday.
Oh, congratulations!
Wow.
That is awesome.
That is great. Well, enjoy your retirement, man. Yeah. Says Grateful Glamper, Colorado is only open for residents.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we can't come to Colorado. So we'll probably just go.
Hey, Kevin Budge.
Kevin Budge?
Yes, it's North New Table, homemade. Yes.
Yes, but Kevin, all it is
He's not. Yeah, just listen.
No, go ahead. I want to see where this goes.
He's not like you want to say you're not a fancy carpenter.
I'm not a carpenter.
But he did a great job.
It's an old coffee table, Kevin, that I tore the top off of, and then I just made the cut at the angle. I just laid the old table on it. But what I did was it's so when the cushion's on, there's not that little part sticking out. Mm-hmm. So it's a smaller table, but it still works for the two of us. But when we go into couch mode, you don't have that extra in your way. Yep. So, and we put up, Kevin, I did wallpaper in here. Yeah. I did it on the circular cabinet right here, and then I did it back in the bedroom here. And hopefully you're still coming to West Yellowstone so you can see it, you and Karen.
Robert Stitch says Idaho has commercials telling you not to come there yet.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah. Well, they probably want a little puppy shot before we.
Okay.
I'll give you the boy. They're both tired. They've had we had a rough, long day today. Walked in and.
And Kevin, I have to tell you this, Kevin. So I'm still milking that vodka you gave me last summer, which is like the most amazing vodka ever. But I took it to work and let my our head chef try it, her and her husband, and he works at the country club. They were both raving about it, but I only let them have a sip because, so.
Donna Del Honte saying happy trails.
Hey, Donna, I didn't even know you were here. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here.
Sorry, I saw her.
So here's a little Truman.
Yeah. So everyone have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we ran a little over.
Yeah.
Sorry again about the technical difficulties. But this was great. And I like this idea of doing this once a month as just an open chat with you guys and just hanging out. And so hopefully, again, if you want real-time updates, we obviously post more real-time photos on our Instagram account, our Facebook page. So there's plenty of stuff there that'll kind of give you a better idea what's going on. And then over on Patreon, obviously we do a little bit over there as well, but that's a paid site, so you don't have to do that. But Instagram and Facebook are absolutely free, and I do try to keep stuff up to date there.
Yes,
so
you do.
all right, we will plan a June midstream June live stream, and again we always try to put that out a few days in advance, especially with traveling now. We've got to make sure we have better internet than what we had tonight. So any other questions? Just I don't want to leave anybody
just saying
out.
Goodbye and have a great holiday, and everyone be safe.
Yep, everybody stay safe, healthy. Those of you coming to West Yellowstone, can't wait to see you. And then for those of you in Vermont, that's a little bit further away, but we're also excited to see you guys. That's going to be awesome. And just have a great rest of your weekend and stay safe and healthy. All right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.